Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the HermitPack server. I can confirm that this mob spawner is not properly preventing Endermen from teleporting. Because there are Endermen all over my basement. I was just AFK for the last couple minutes at my mob farm, and yeah, no luck. So, couple things that I've done between episodes, couple very important things, small changes, but important ones. I did install a crafting grid down here so we can access our refined storage system from the basement, which I think is really important. And then also my blood altar I have upgraded. Why is there a piece of toast in my blood altar? Okay, anyway, so I upgraded my blood altar a little bit. I put some runes of self-sacrifice in and some runes of capacity. So this thing now holds 30,000? 30,000, I think. Yeah, 30,000 LP. Now, as for our Enderman problem, there is a item in the mod that we're going to be working on today which will prevent Endermen from teleporting, because apparently our environmental controller is not working properly. It's not doing the job. So we are going to start working on Botania a little bit today. And I've already done a lot of the kind of early stuff, but I'll still kind of walk through it really briefly. So if you want to get into Botania in 1.10, as far as I know, Botania really hasn't changed much since it's 1.7.10 days. The first thing you'll want to do is run around and grab a whole bunch of these mystical flowers. You'll find them throughout the world. And it really helps if you make yourself a flower pouch to carry them. Otherwise, they really kind of take up an insane amount of inventory space, and it's not too hard to make one of these. It's just a wool and a petal. But anyway, so that is one thing. Then you'll want to make, you know what, let's just do this. At Botania. There we go. You'll also want to make a petal apothecary, which is just some cobble and a petal. Super easy. And then you'll want to get into flowers, and you'll want to make a few things. The first one is a pure daisy. And the second one is an endoflame. I recommend going straight for the endoflame. Skip the, what are they called? The solar-powered ones. Dayblooms? Dayblooms. Skip the dayblooms. Just skip them entirely. Although, actually, come to think of it, I'm not even seeing them in here. Maybe they've been removed. Yeah, they've been removed entirely. Okay, so never mind. Go straight for the endoflames because they're fantastic. So there's a couple things you're going to need to make flowers, and I do want another endoflame anyway. I've got two right now, and it would be good to have another one. So you take a water bucket, you fill up, you fill up your petal apothecary, and then you throw some materials in there. And if we look at the endoflame, it's 2 brown, 1 red, and 1 light gray. So we'll grab 2 brown, 2 red, and 1 light gray, and each of these will convert into petals. And then you throw your petals in here, like so. The Q key will do it, and then you throw that in, and there you go. And you have yourself an endoflame. I recommend making 2 or 4 of them. Make a couple, because they're pretty good, and then you can do that as well. There we go. So we've got ourselves some endoflames, and I've got some more in here, I think, right? Yeah, there we go. And let's just put those down in this corner. Then you'll also want to make, I don't actually have a crafting bench in here anywhere, and my inventory crafting table thing broke. So let's just make a crafting bench real quick. There we go, and we'll put that right here. Okay, so now there's also this pure daisy thing, which is pretty useful. You can plop that down, and you can make living rock and living wood, which looks like this. Living rock is made with regular stone, and you just put it around like that, and it will eventually turn into living rock, and then you can harvest it. The same is true for living wood, except you use oak wood instead. So pretty easy. But once you have enough living rock, you can make a mana pool. And this is where we start to get into important stuff. So I'm going to put my mana pool over here. I'm also going to need a wand of the forest, which is made using living wood twigs. And those are made like this. And then some petals. I'm just going to use purple because I have more purple flowers than anything else. It really doesn't matter. It changes cosmetically a little bit, but I don't really care. And then, last but not least, we're also going to need a mana spreader. And that looks like this, and I'm going to need a gold ingot for it, it looks like. So let's grab one of those. There we go. And I think I've got some petals in here, actually. Sweet, I do. Oh, look at that. It changed. Beautiful. Let's just gather that up, and this time we'll put down some wood. And you can put it either direction. It doesn't matter if it's facing up or whatever. It'll all turn into the same thing. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make our mana spreader with the purple. There we go. And we'll just put that guy right here. And then we can shift right click and shift right click so it's bound to the mana pool. And these guys need to be bound to... Oh, I broke it. The thing... Bind mode. There we go. So, shift right click on the air. And you'll bind things. There we go. I didn't have it in bind mode the first time. There we go. So these endoflames are now all bound to this mana pool. And now we can generate some mana. Now, there is an item that you can find called a Black Lotus, which is pretty cool. And it will give you a little bit of mana, but not a lot. But you need to have some mana already in your mana pool, I believe. Let's grab... I've got a ton of coal. Let's just make a bunch of coal blocks. There we go. And we can feed these guys. Sorry, coin. You got to turn off. You need to feed these guys to the endoflames. And they'll eat them up. And this thing will start generating mana. You can see it here. We can also toss that guy in, and that will give us a little bit more mana. Not a huge amount, though. It's kind of a relic from when Botania was a little bit different. But this is going to generate mana for us. Now, I do need another mana spreader as well. And I'm actually going to get rid of that Pure Daisy, because I'll just pull it out when I actually need it. But let's grab one of these guys. And let's make one more mana spreader. There we go. Oh, there we go. I don't know what I did there, but whatever. And we'll put this guy right next to the mana pool, and this thing is going to shoot mana from elsewhere. Now, we have all sorts of cool items in Botania. There's tons of them, and some of them are really useful, some of them are not really useful when you look at like the other things that are in the mod pack. For example, there is the Ring of Magnetization right here, which is super useful. Except we have this super awesome Coin of Fortune that's way better. So we won't use the Ring of Magnetization. But some of these other ones are really good. There's Ring of the Mantle, Ring of Mana. There's a item called a Sojourner's Sash somewhere right here. This thing will make you faster. There's all sorts of cool stuff in this mod and cool items to get and things like that. And there's some pretty cool kind of redstone automation challenges and things like that too. If you're into that kind of thing, I'm not. That's not really my cup of tea, as you guys know. One thing I do want to make, though, is this assembly halo. This thing's kind of cool. It's like a mobile crafting table and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll need some mana steel. We'll need some mana pearls. Both of those pretty easy to get. In fact, I already have... Oh, I thought I did. Oh, no. It's in my... They're in my bag. Yeah. So let's just grab an ender pearl. And you can make a mana pearl by just tossing an ender pearl in. And there you go. You got yourself a mana pearl. To make mana steel, same thing, just toss in iron ingots instead. Then, let's eat a little bit of food. Nom, 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 nom. There we go. Let's grab some planks. Let's make one more of those guys. And now we should be able to make the assembly halo. There we go. And eventually you can upgrade it to a manufacturing halo. And that's actually pretty easy to do as well, but you need a diamond or a mana diamond for that. I don't know if we'll have enough mana. Oh, we do. All right, sweet. So you just combine these two. Well, first, let's take a look at the assembly halo. And you can see there's all sorts of useful things you can put here. So like here, for example, if I right-click on this, I can set recipes, right? So I right-click here. There's a way to do it. Let's try this. No? There's a way to do it. I don't remember. It says right-click to set. Oh, here we go. So there you go. You make a recipe using the crafting table, and then you can, like, bind it here, right? So, pretty cool. But if we combine these, then we get the manufacturing halo, which is the same thing, but basically holds a lot more recipes and is way bigger. It's, just a really useful item to kind of carry around with you, and you don't have to put down a crafting table for it. So, we'll keep it. But what I really want to get into is the runic altar. And for that, we're going to toss an ender pearl in here. Put that guy here. And there we go. That gives us the runic altar. And I'll put it right here, I guess. And then we'll bind you to this. So what's going to happen is this mana spreader will pull the mana out of this pool and send it to the runic altar. The runic altar is used to make runes. What a coincidence with a name like the runic altar. Let's see. So there's a whole bunch of different runes in here. I'm not actually... Oh, here they are. There's a ton of them. Rune of water, rune of earth, rune of, all sorts of different stuff. To make mana powder, you can toss basically any sort of powder into here and get mana powder. So we're going to use... let's use a couple of these guys, just because I have so many, and that's not powder formed yet. And the reason for that is we need to make ourselves a mortar and pestle first, this little guy. So let's make one of those, and then we can put this here, and there we go. Now we've got purple or floral purple powder, which also doubles as purple dye, actually, so that's kind of useful. We're just going to toss this stuff in here and get ourselves some mana powder. Now, the item that I actually want is the Sojourner Sash for now. So, and I also want a band of mana. So, mana tablet, band of mana. Those are kind of our goals. Or mana tablet, and then actually, come to think of it, I've already got 2 rings on. So, I can't wear another one. Could I take either of these off? We've got... Provides haste. I probably don't need that, to be honest, just because everything else is... I've got the atomic disassembler that insta-mines everything. The jump 2 and speed 2 is fantastic. That one I definitely want. So we'd probably take off the ocelot if we had to. But let's make a mana tablet. Let's actually put a bunch of this coal elsewhere. It's just clogging up my inventory at the moment. And we can put that away, and that away as well. Okay, so we got ourselves the mana tablet, and then we can put this here, and do that. And that gives us the band of mana, which is basically a mana tablet that you can wear as a ring. And what the mana tablet does is it stores mana. What a coincidence. So you create mana here, and then I can toss this guy onto here. And you can see it drained into the band of mana, which will allow me to use items from the mod that actually require it, like that require mana, like the Sojourner Sash, for example. So we're going to need a rune of air, and we're also going to need a rune of earth. So let's grab some stuff for this. I'm thinking, let's see, rune of... let's do this. Let's do it this way. Rune of. Beautiful. So, Rune of Earth, a mushroom, a block of coal, and a piece of stone. So, I'm going to need a mushroom. I already have stone and coal on me. And that was the Rune of Earth. And then I'm also going to need a Rune of Air. And that requires a feather, string, and carpet. So, feather. String. And I don't have any carpet. Ooh, I actually don't have a whole lot of wool either. Okay, well, that's fine. This'll work. So, probably going to need more mana for this to do its thing. But let's start with the Rune of Air. So we just do that, right-click, and this thing will start filling up. It is going to go through this mana. I think we might have enough. We might have enough mana for this to work. But you can see it's filling up like so. And then we'll grab one piece of living rock, which we throw on top, and right-click it with the wand. And there we go. We've got ourselves 2 Runes of Air. So that fulfills that part. And then let's see about making the Rune of Earth. And I need 1 piece of stone for that one to do its thing. And then we should have everything we need for our Sojourner's Sash. I need some leather. There we go. Are you done? You are done. Awesome. Toss. Right-click. Got it. Fantastic. So now, we do that. Earth. Air? No? I forget the recipe. Sojourner's Sash. Ah, and a mana steel ingot. I knew I was forgetting something. There we go. So now we have the Sojourner Sash. We can put that thing here. And it will give us a speed boost. Although I don't know. I feel like I move just as fast with it or without it. And my mana is definitely going down because I see the mana bar. So it's probably because I've got this guy on. I don't know. Does this, the Sojourner Sash also gives you step assist, which is super useful. That's something I have on this guy. But if we take off all of our speed granting stuff, right? We've got the ring, we've got our legs. This is our normal run speed. We put on the Sojourner Sash, or right-click it. Wow, that's really underwhelming. I remember this thing being way faster than this. Huh. Okay, well, I was hoping to go even faster than we've already been able to run, but it looks like this is not something that stacks, unfortunately. Let's toss some more coal at that. That's too bad. I was hoping we'd be able to get a nice boost there. Now, there is an upgrade to it, which is right here, the Globetrotter Sash. But that requires Elementium and a Gaia Spirit and all sorts of stuff that's a little bit beyond me. This, on the other hand, what's the Planet Strider's stash do? Couple of pasture seeds, sugar. That's actually pretty easy to make. Huh. Except I need map number 0, which could be difficult. There is also a super amazing guidebook for Botania. It's like the greatest thing ever. And that's the Lexico Botania. Really is the best guidebook of pretty much any mod ever. So, oh, I shared. Oops. Okay. So, let's look at Probably under mystical items? No, probably under baubles and accessories. Here we go. Planet Strider's Sash. Works as an alternative. Will not give the wearer a speed boost by default. However, when they walk, the sash will get more and more charge, enabling the wearer to go much faster than any other sash. Case one would stop this bonus. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be in case one would stop this bonus. So if you stop, it's reset. Interesting. And then there's the Sojourner's Sash. When equipped in the belt slot, will increase the movement speed, jump height, and resistance. Comes at a small mana cost. If not sneaking, will go over 1 block gaps. Okay. I'm really kind of... I'm very surprised, though. Like, this is our normal run speed. And I'm really... I don't feel like I'm going any faster with the Sojourner Sash. Does that need to be equipped as well? No? I remember this thing being way stronger than what I'm getting here. I mean, I don't really need it because I've got the super speed. But it's a pretty useful thing if it works as intended. Right now it seems like it's not working as intended. But maybe it's just me. I don't know. Either way, there's other stuff in this mod that are pretty cool as well. I think I threw too many coal. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So I want to look at some of the other items in here and just kind of get some ideas. And what's this? That looks just like the ink, the ink from Thaumcraft, but it's not. It's a Botanist's inkwell. Interesting. There's all sorts of crazy stuff in this mod. But anyway, let me look at a couple things, and I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back, and there's a couple things that I do want to make. One of them is the World Shaper's Sextant. This thing's pretty cool. I think I'm going to need some iron so I can make some more mana steel. Oh, come back, iron. But basically what this thing does is it generates... Well, maybe generates isn't the right word. It will show you guidelines for making circles. So, for example, if I wanted a circle here, I can put that here, and I say I want a circle that is 5 blocks, it'll show me right there the guideline. So as a builder, this thing is super useful. Like, look at this. It's perfect. And it just shows me how it works. So, fantastic. And then to get rid of it, I don't know how you There we go. Okay. So we got that away. The other thing I want to make is the Horn of the Wild, which is a pretty nifty item that basically will clear out stuff. But I'm going to need a pasture seed for that. And I don't know that I have any... Oh, I do. I do have a little bit of grass. So we just toss those in there. That'll get us the stuff we need. And then we can make the Horn of the Wild. Like so. And then it says Horn of the Canopy. But I believe that's for getting rid of leaves. But what this thing does, let's just show you. It's pretty cool. I actually really like this item. This guy, this World Shaper Sextant, is going in my bag of important stuff. The rest of this, don't really need it. But the Horn of the Wild, if we go up to the main floor, and we live in a jungle, which isn't exactly ideal. Actually, let's take a little sleep here before we do this. We live in a jungle. Do. There we go. So, if I want to clear out grass, for example, or all these flowers, or this witch. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff. Oh, creeper. Got him. All right, where's that baby skeleton? Die, baby. Okay, got it. So, you just basically hold down right click, and it'll start breaking things. It's pretty awesome. Like, it makes it so much easier to clear out crazy things. And I I'm pretty sure it also works on crops. Let's see. If we break all that, look at all that stuff flying into our inventory. Wow. That's amazing. I love it. Let's just put all the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff. There's so much of it. Like, it's just everywhere. But anyway, so there's that. Let's go try it out on some regular crops, though. Because I'm thinking it could be kind of an interesting way to set up like an automatic farm. Probably not certainly not the most efficient way, but it could be fun, and that's the important thing. So if we do this, yeah, they all get picked up. So we can steal all the crops from all the villagers. Wow, the range on that thing. Like, that's like a good 9-block radius? Maybe more? That's pretty big. And it's fast, too. So, like, you can clear this whole field amazingly quickly. Just do. I mean, yeah. It's very useful for all sorts of things. Especially, like, clearing out fields. Or getting seeds, if I need to get more seeds or any of that kind of stuff. It's just a really useful thing to have. Could also be good to make the other one, the horn of the... What's it called? The horn of the canopy? Which does the same thing, but for leaves. Because you'll notice this doesn't work on leaves. But I don't think that's really necessary, because we do have fast leaf decay, so if I chop down a tree, it all goes away. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I did some work over here that I forgot to show you guys. If I get rid of a tree, the leaves are all going to vanish very, very quickly anyway. But you can see I've got kind of a pathway laid out that leads from here to the village. It'll kind of come under here. It'll kind of go this way, and we can just follow it pretty easily. I did a little bit of digging, dug out a little bit of a tunnel. But it kind of comes up here and goes around this way. And then it comes up this way. Ocelot, hi. And then it comes over here and down through this cave, which I dug out. This cave wasn't here before. And then it ends right here, and we'll have the path kind of lead down here and up and into the base. So I think that works really well. It's kind of a neat little thing. It is what it is. Still very much a work in progress, obviously, but, kind of a cool thing. Also, I needed to add a new disk drive to my refined storage system because these are all completely full. My quantum quarry I've actually turned off because it got me all the resources I needed and then some. Let's just put it that way. I am set on things that can be mined for quite a while, I think. But unfortunately, guys, I am out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.